don't know what hit me with this topic this morning. After all these beautiful things, I will be talking about money, but there's certainly something wrong with me anyway, because I am Greek, I live in Switzerland, but I work in Greece, so normally it should be the other way around, you know, making money in Switzerland and living in Greece. But Jenny said that difference is interesting, so I guess I'll do that. So anyway, so my topic is about measuring the return on investment of a solution-focused management development program. And I think it's about being a SEF, but also talking the client language. And this is what we try to do and try to demonstrate to you. So little things about the client. It's a big bank, they have 12,000 employees, and they are in several countries. And we have been working with them for the last 7 years, doing a program mainly in the retail banking sector, and we have been working with branch managers, and then their managers liked it, and they did some work, SF work too, and then their managers, the managers and the managers, and now we are working with assistant branch managers, so it is a good project. And then wonderful results were coming out of it, and people were reporting their changes in their attitude and how they started looking at their people differently, and how being so traditionalist, like Alan says, to being more developmental, they changed. Yet we were wondering, how can we document all these things? Because yes, there is all this progress, all these visible results, but to my understanding, and I think it's a big unfairness there, people from leadership development, we do so much work in organizations, but what others say about that, it's not that favorable. It looks like it's not getting through all the time. And speaking, let's say, to executives, and you ask about the effectiveness of leadership development programs, they say, okay, fluffy things, I don't know. Not all of them appreciate it as much. So I was thinking maybe we need to do something different, and that's how all this idea came. And what we did is we said, okay, let's play detective and focus on a small group. The group that we had then, the next group, and see if we can somehow track these results more and measure what is coming out of that. And we wondered, and we said, okay, suppose we have these results and there is some measurable things to report. What would these be like? And how will we know? How will the participants know? How will the management know? And what is already there? What do we have? And what is the next step? So we found out that we had already put in place an enabling for ROI measurement design. So there are all these processes there, but basically we were doing SF work, but we have to do it in a client mode process, and it's got all these stages. So in this design, we already had a duration of 6 months. So we had workshops and coaching sessions, and this enabled us, allowed us to have access to what people were doing and to be able to follow up. And then the 6 months allowed for enough time for lots and lots of progress to take place. And then we also had a focus on one coachee, so everybody was asked to work primarily with one, and then they would open their work with the rest of the team. And that also enabled more tracking of what was working. And of course the content was very adapted to their practical, everyday management life. So We also had a framework of evaluation by the notorious Donald Kirkpatrick and then Jack Phillips, and these are people who have worked on setting some stages for evaluating learning development programs. And so we said, okay, let's take that and not reinvent the wheel and see how we can adapt it to our SF projects. And of course, the first level is about all these smiley sheets. Did people like the program or not? Yes, we got a good evaluation there. But then we evaluated our program in terms of the learning. And in order to do that, we had some video recording simulations, and on a one-to-one basis before the program and after the program. And here's what people did. Before, there were few people that were at the stage where they were into solution-focused or coaching mode, and then we had more than 7% of the people being able to take a conversation in a solution-focused way. And then we got, okay, yes, they learn things, and the level 3 is about they learn something, but who is going and how are they using these things? One thing is to know, but are they doing something with SF in their everyday life, or are they just know how to do it? So then they had all of them thought of topics that they want to work with themselves and with their people, and we measured these, we tracked them, and they had 3 types of topics. Some were behavioral. I want to change the way I look at my people. I want to stop looking only at the negative things and instead look at somebody and see the beauty. And some others said, oh, I want to have more sex in my branch, things are not going very well. And some others said, I have all this lazy stuff, I go out smoking for 10 minutes and forget to come back, and I'm sick of it, I want it to become more productive. So anyway, there were different things that they wanted to work on. And what we did is that during our interactions with these people, we also, apart from working with them, tracking what they were doing. And this is an example. We have a lady who is working with one of her people on his developing the initiative, because he kept coming back to her and asking her before doing things. And on a scale of 1 to 10, she thought that he was at a 3, but then she realized that it was not only him, but she was also a bit too dynamic. And that she wasn't allowing enough space for him to ask. So she changed the way she was interacting with this particular person, and she started asking him about his opinion, and found out that he had also some ideas. So she moved to 5, and then she stopped supervising him. And reached to a point where she said, okay, I am now happy where I am. Of course, not everybody was moving the same. Some were finishing with their topics early, but this is an example of a 6-month duration process. And these things were things that we were tracking at the business impact level. And as you can see, there are some that are results that are what we call hard, like sales and time and quality, and some others that are soft, they're not tangible, like changing of attitude. So then, if we take this previous example, we say, what came out of that? Well, the participating coachee changed and developed initiative, and in fact got promoted to branch manager. So he was a supervisor, and he took over another branch manager. But and then the other result was that this lady saved herself at least 1 hour from closely supervising this person and other people in her team. And these results, I would say, one is soft and the other is hard. So these are the type of differentiation between the soft and hard that we also follow. And going now into the return on investment, which is the fifth level of this evaluation, we see what we are left with. And all the soft ones, they take an X. They're not directly translatable into money, but on the other hand, they are the basis for having any hard ones. You cannot have hard, tangible results without developing the soft. But unfortunately, the finance departments don't like to hear all the time about soft. They want to see money. So we had the sales increase figures. Oh wow, yes, they were saying we were not, we had 70% increase in the bank assurance packages, we doubled our sales output in the credit cards. And what would we do with that? There is a big question mark, because there was one of the major methodological stumbles in measuring return on investment in organizations. We didn't have access to the data. We couldn't get any numbers as to how much is the value of one additional credit card that this person produced. So we had to let these results go for ROI measurement, of our ROI measurement. They are there, 9 out of the 14 branches develop their sales, but we cannot say how much. But we have productivity numbers, productivity improvements, savings from time, from better delegation, from more motivated people that were doing the job better, from more time savings so that people knew how to do the job better. So we added all the little hours that we had found through our sessions, and these summed to a 16.5 hours daily. Okay, 16.5 hours, man-hours per day. So it's okay, let's run the ROI formula for that and see what's coming out of it. And this ROI formula is benefits minus cost times 100% divided by cost. And if you take this 16.5 hours daily and multiply it by the 230 hours, that is 3,795 man-hours per year savings of people that we assume are good enough in this organization because they are producing the results of selling and doing all this wonderful work. They are branch managers, and this bank is doing great and survived beautifully throughout the crisis. So they are good hours. And when you multiply that by the 33 euro per hour, which is the average man-hour cost, then you end up with 125,000 euro. And then we run the calculation for the cost, and it's our fees, and then attendance, transport, admin, and it was 58,000 euro, and all that takes you to a 66,000 euro and 115% return on investment. So, after we say, just the final word. I'm not saying to drain all this into 66,000 euro, obviously. Not overlooking everything that these people gained, their bank, their teams, their families, us. But it's an effort to show that solution focus is an excellent approach that can also bring measurable, tangible results. Thank you.